Ford F-150 Lightning was unveiled last year. This is the electric version of the very popular pickup truck, and product and deliveries began this year. And in fact, it's in such big demand, they're ramping up production of the Lightning. So with me is Reynolds, a reporter at CarPro.com, and also Jasen Turnbull, who is the F-150 Lightning marketing manager. So great to have you both here. And let's just start with give me an overview of the F-150 and how it's been. It's been a huge success.
Yeah, demand's been red hot. And as you mentioned, we just announced a third shift at our plant yesterday. And right now we're focused on producing as many as possible to get as many customer deliveries out this year, with a goal of ramping up to 150,000 units production by next year.
That is just awesome. I'm telling you, congratulations. I know you guys are always working 4 to 5 years in advance. It must feel great to have your baby out on the road.
It's an awesome feeling when we revealed it to finally show it off and have that huge success of everyone's really positive reaction.
I bet. So when are you going to add that fourth shift?
So what we can say is by end of next year, we're ramping up to 150,000 units production, and that'll put us over 2 million sales for Ford vehicles of electric vehicles by next year.
Well, it's a beautiful truck. Go ahead, give us a walk around. Let's start with the Megatron.
Yeah, so what we call the Mega Power front. Mega because it's the largest front trunk in the industry. Power because it has Explorer Power, is those house outlets that you can charge, batteries, your crock pot, anything from a tailgate to a campsite, as well as front because front trunk. And what we really focused on is it has the lowest ingress, meaning that you can put luggage into it, day in, day out. You have cargo hooks. So we want to make it as functional as possible inside.
Man, it totally is too. I think you could probably hide a body in there. Not that
No
I would
comment.
do that, yeah. Not that I would do that.
And what about the technology? It's got a lot of tech.
Yeah, we have really cool technology. One is called our Ford Blue Cruise, and what that is, that's our hands-free highway driving. So what that means on road trips on highways, all you have to do is look forward, and the vehicle uses adaptive cruise control, stays in the lane, and uses a combination of cameras and radar to basically drive itself down the road. And then also we have a cool technology called intelligent range. And what that means is everyone's worried about what's my range when it's cold out, when it's going to tow. But what we really pride ourselves on is we have real-time calculation, so we will tell you, depending on your route, the grade, the weather, what you're towing, before you leave the driveway. It'll take all those inputs in and tell you a real world range, so you can make the decision of where you need to charge up for the day.
I love it, because then you don't have range anxiety anymore.
Exactly.
Get rid of that, you are good to go.
Exactly.
So I think you touched on it a little bit, but let's talk about how you can power like your crock pot that you mentioned, and the outlets that are in the back of the bed as well.
Yeah, what we call is Pro Power on board. So on our F-150 Lightning, we have 10 120 volt outlets and one basically 240 volt outlet. So really anything from a campsite in the back and a job site in the front. You can really charge anything, and because we have that giant battery, it's 131 kilowatts of usable space. It can go for weeks, really whatever you want to do. So you don't need to bring an onboard generator. You really, when you're tailgating, you don't really have to worry about where you're going to plug in. Your F-150 Lightning is that mobile power source for anything you need.
I love it. And Jane, I was going to tell, did you know that the F-150 Lightning can also power a house?
Well, I do remember reading that.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. And we were talking about if there's weather issues,
Yeah.
hurricanes, something like that. This is a way you can actually get some power.
Yeah, so what we call is our Ford Intelligent Backup Power, and that is where we have a home integration system. So you have the F-150 Lightning is that battery source, it's that giant battery, and then we use our Ford Pro Charge Station wall box that actually puts the DC power from your vehicle back, converts it to AC with an inverter, and then powers your home. So let's say you're in Texas, it's that ice storm, the power goes out. Automatically, your Lightning will start powering your house like nothing ever happened.
I like that. Living on the coast like I do in Houston, we lose power quite often. And the fact that the F-150 Lightning can power my house so I don't have to live without air conditioning, I give that 2 thumbs up.
It's a game changer.
It really is. I love the fact, too, that it's like an office on wheels. When you're in the interior, you can really make that truck work for you.
Yeah, so we really thought through, how our customers use it. One is our mobile work surface. So what that means is we can fold down our shifter, fold down our console, so it's completely a flat surface. So laptops, basically writing notes, stopping at a fast food joint to eat there, and then in our second row, our whole second row seats fold up, so that means you can put furniture in there, your giant dogs if you want. It's a rolling kennel, and really we want to make sure to maximize that space. So we know our truck owners really live and they work in their trucks. We want to make it as comfortable as possible.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to ask about the working in there because I grew up on a farm,
Yeah.
and my dad always drove Ford pickup trucks. But they, one thing is that they haul a lot and they tow a lot. And how is the performance compared to the gas powered?
Yeah, what made this vehicle so successful early on is when we're developing it, it's always a truck first. So it's going to tow up to 10,000 pounds. It's going to haul way over 2,000 pounds. So it still does all those truck things you need it to. And then what we really worked on is what is our current truck owners, what they like about the vehicle and what they don't like. For example, F150 Lightning, we're 100% 5-passenger crew cab and then our 5.5-foot bed. We share that with our current F150 gas. And the main reason is our current truck owners, they have tonneau covers, accessories, they have all those tools in the back. Is what we're not asking them to buy all unique adapters or accessories just because they're going electric. So we want to make that transition as easy as possible.
Now, I like the idea that you can use it for a work truck, you can take it camping, you can take it tailgating. It pretty much does everything. So how do we get it in our driveway? Can you help us figure out how to charge it at home?
Yeah, so we want to make the buying experience as easy as possible. What we know is the majority of F150 Lightning owners, they're first-time electric owners. So from the order experiences, we walk through what wall box you need. Do you want to charge it under 8 hours at home? Do you need to? Do you live in an apartment and you really can't? So you don't really need to buy a wall box. And then we have technologies of our Ford Pass app. So it will tell you where to charge. All you have to do is plug in your destination and it'll automatically calculate what your range is and where you need to charge. And then post-purchase, when you're waiting in the vehicle, is we have big partnerships with basically a solar panel company, Sunrun, and we want to make sure almost basically white glove the experience. So we want to make sure that you guys are set up as soon as possible when you take delivery.
See, and I love how you guys help us out so much. I know we're talking about, personal ownership of the F-150 Lightning, but if somebody listening right now is a fleet manager and wants to go pro on this, you guys can help them out with telematics as well.
Yeah, we have a whole business unit called Ford Pro. We dominate in the commercial space, and one of the main reasons is not just you buy Lightning. What Ford Pro provides is the telematics to tell you, hey, how do I save the most money? What's the most efficient? As well as we have in-field consultants that can work with a small fleet, a large fleet, to what maybe they only need to electrify half their fleet because based on their usages, that's what makes sense. So we have those subject matter experts walking through the Ford Pro customers.
And I like it too that if I'm a fleet manager, I can call up any of my trucks, see what's going on with them, if they need to be charged before my employee forgets to charge it.
Correct. We have the whole dashboard. And what's really cool is even technologies we know that if a driver takes it home and it's set up in the telematics, is the company can pay back that driver to charge at home, so he doesn't have to worry about taking it back to the lot if he doesn't have to.
It's so easy.
It is. I mean, it's engineered, like you've thought of all these things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the goals for Ford with this vehicle. What's the future? What does 2023 look like?
Yeah, electrifying the F-150, that's really our stamp of we are serious on electric future. And as we mentioned for F-150 Lightning specifically, we're ramping up to 150,000 units by the end of next year. That's going to put our sales about 600,000 electric vehicles on the road by the next year. But really more importantly is that's our commitment. We're spending $50 billion of investment through 2026 to really build out in what we call is Blue Oval City. That's our brand new F-Series all-electric plant that's being built in Kentucky and Tennessee that'll be online in the next couple of years.
Okay.
Well, I got to ask him, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I want to know, all the bells and whistles, all the stuff that we can add to this truck. I want Jason to build your favorite truck that you'd park in your driveway.
I would say the best combination of capability, performance, and technology is a loaded Lariat trim. It has all the bells and whistles, and every customer will be really happy with it.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with that.
I like the truck too. I fall in love with it. Thank you so much, Jason. Great to have you with me, Laura.
Thank you.
And it was a beautiful truck, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.